Good Yom Tov, and I don't mean Thanksgiving. You know, in America, in Boston, weeks before Thanksgiving, everyone's talking about what kind of turkey they're going to have and what kind of gravy and which pies they're going to have and who they're going to be with and how they're going to be safe during COVID. But today is a very special day because today is the Rosh Hashanah for Hasidus. We have the Rosh Hashanah of the New Year. We have the Rosh Hashanah for the trees. But we also have the Rosh Hashanah for Hasidic teachings, for the dissemination of the esoteric, deep parts of the Torah. And today is the day we celebrate it. Because back in 1798, the first Chabad Rebbe, the Alter Rebbe, who wrote his great magnum opus, the Tanya, was released from Tsarist prison where he was in prison for his dissemination of Hasidic teachings and accused of rebelling against the Tsar. But what is Chassidus? Chassidus is the fusion of the body and soul. Chassidus is teaching us how to live a wholesome life where not that we shun our body, but we elevate it to a higher level, where we find the spirituality, the godliness, and the purpose in everything that happens in our life. You know, today, I saw in Israel, there was an 11-year-old girl who was part of a sifting project in the archaeology in the old city, and she happened upon a silver coin that dates back 2,000 years to the year about 68 CE, where archaeologists think that it was made by a Kohen, a priest who was helping those that were rebelling against the Romans. And it was made on the plaza, and it's very rare because they found many coins from those times, but not many that were silver. And this coin was found on the way from the Shiluach well going up towards the Temple Mount. I think they only have 30 coins of these that they've had. But the idea of Chassidus is to sift through the dirt and to sift through the rubble and to sift through that which we think is mundane and to find the silver, to find the gold, to find the spirituality, the holiness of life. It infuses meaning and joy in our everyday of life. You know, in this week's Torah portion, we read the beginning of the portion, Vayeshev Yaakov, and Jacob settled be'eretz migurei aviv, in the land of his parents, the land of his father, be'eretz Canaan. And the rabbis tell us that God, and then the whole story of Joseph happens, where Joseph is sold into slavery. And the rabbis tell us that Jacob had such a troublesome, challenging life. First, he was running away from Esau for 22 years. And then he had the story of Dinah. And then he was by Lavan, who cheated him. And Jacob finally came back home and he wanted to settle. He wanted to relax. And God said to him, Lo yidayach, is it not enough what I have stored for you in the world of truth? You want to rest now? Now is the time of action. Now is the time to permeate the world. And then begun the story of Joseph, where Joseph ends up in the most promiscuous and shallow place in the world, in Egypt. And yet, even in the depth of promiscuity in Egypt, Joseph stays true to who he is. And Joseph brings out the light and elevates the people and the place. And that's the story of Chassidus. We live in a world, and we have to find purpose in everything. And we have to understand that everything has a deeper facade, a deeper facet to it. Something that is the soul of its being. There's nothing that's just materialistic, just crass. We have to reveal and unveil that which is holy. And that's what we celebrate today. The Rebbe taught us to never settle, to never rest, to always find the deeper meaning in something, and to always celebrate that which comes to our head. When Joseph is traveling along the way, his father sends him to go find his brothers. Joseph knew his brothers didn't like him. His father said, your brothers went to the sheep to go with their to pasture. Go find where they are. Joseph could have said, no, I don't want to go. I'm worried. But he didn't refuse the opportunity to listen to his father and to do something positive. And he comes on the way Vayimtzeu ish. And he sees a man. He sees his brothers aren't there anymore. And the man sees him searching. And the man says, what do you want? Who are you searching for? And he tells them, I'm looking for my brothers. And the man points him in the way. Who was this man? And there's a big discussion amongst the rabbis, if it was an angel or if it was just a person. According to Nachmanides, it was just a regular person who happened to be there. He didn't even know God sent him there so he could be there to tell Joseph where to go. Imagine, this guy didn't know why he was there, what he was there for. Yet God happened him to be in this place so he could tell Joseph where to go, so Joseph could meet his brothers. And if not for this person, Joseph would never come to his brothers. They would never throw him into the pit. He would never be sold to the Ishmaelim. He would never come down to Egypt. He would never become the viceroy of Egypt. And if he would never become the viceroy of Egypt, his father would never come down. The Jews would never be in exile. We would never be redeemed from exile. We would never get the Torah at Mount Sinai and come to the land of Israel. Sometimes we don't know the purpose of why and where we are. But if we know that everything is for a purpose, as the Baal Shem Tov teaches us, to make this world a better place, to bring more light, to uncover the silver which is buried in the dirt, then we live life with purpose and meaning. And we're able to bring to a time when everything will be revealed and godliness will be all over. Just as the water covers the ocean, so too will godliness cover this world. So today is a good day. There's still a half an hour left to wrap tefillin, to study. You go onto our website, chabadch.com, and you'll see so much about the 19th of Kislev, to study some Torah, to study some Chassidus, to be aligned with our spirituality and our soul. God bless you. Have a great day. Good Yom Tov, and see you tomorrow.